Ayrton Senna was one of the greatest names in Formula One history. With 3 world championships, podium finishes, and legendary victories, Senna made his mark not only with his success on the track but also with his determination, courage, and passion for racing. However, his tragic accident in 1994 deeply shook both the motorsport world and the world at large. In this video, we will take a deep dive into Ayrton Senna's Formula One career, his place in the world of racing, and his tragic death. In the world of Formula One, the name Ayrton Senna is synonymous with speed, passion, determination, and legend. A Brazilian driver, Senna became one of the greatest figures in Formula One history in his short yet brilliant career. With 3 world championships, numerous podium finishes, and unforgettable victories, Senna earned his place among the sport's legends. But it wasn't just his achievements on the track that made him stand out. It was his fierce will to win, his courage, and his undying love for racing. However, after his tragic death in 1994, Senna's legacy remains not just that of a driver but as a true warrior. So, who was Ayrton Senna, and how did he become one of the greatest drivers in Formula One history? Let's take a closer look at this legendary figure's life. Ayrton Senna da Silva was born on March 21, 1960, in São Paulo, Brazil. From a young age, Senna's passion for speed was evident, and he soon found himself racing go-karts. His dedication to racing grew so intense that he quickly became one of Brazil's most talented young drivers. As Senna's career skyrocketed, the Formula One world seemed like a natural destination for him. In 1984, Senna made his debut in Formula One with the Toleman team, grabbing attention with his extraordinary performance in the Brazilian Grand Prix. However, it was his time with Lotus that really marked his rise to fame. In 1985, driving the Lotus 97T, Senna showcased skills that made him one of Formula One's brightest stars. His first win in 1986 cemented his place in the Formula One history books. But Senna was more than just a fast driver. His strategic thinking, boldness, and on-track intelligence made him a standout competitor. Every race he entered was not just about speed, but about thinking several steps ahead and executing under pressure. ' 1988 marked the beginning of Ayrton Senna's brightest chapter in Formula One, his move to McLaren. With his relentless drive and competitive spirit, Senna found himself in fierce rivalries with other great drivers, particularly Alain Prost. In 1988, Senna claimed his first Formula One World Championship, winning 8 races that season. His time with McLaren was not just a period of dominance but also a time of legendary battles, especially with Prost. Senna's rivalry with Prost became one of the most memorable in Formula One history. The 1989 Japanese Grand Prix, where the two collided, was a turning point in their intense competition. Senna would go on to win his second championship in 1990 and a third in 1991. Further solidifying his place as one of the greatest to ever race. Senna's success with McLaren made him not just a global icon in Formula One but also a national hero in Brazil. His victories brought immense pride to his home country, and he became a symbol of hope for many. But behind every victory was a story of immense sacrifice, determination, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Senna's career was not only defined by his victories but also by his outspoken stance on safety in Formula One. Throughout his time in the sport, Senna was vocal about the need for better safety measures. He understood the risks involved in racing, and he called for improvements to the sport's safety standards. Senna's influence extended beyond his driving. He became a leader who pushed for safer racing environments, not just for himself but for all drivers. As the sport evolved, Senna also faced the physical and emotional tolls of racing. His statement, "Racing is living," embodied his passion, but it also showed the risks he was willing to take. Senna's drive to push the limits, both physically and mentally, was what set him apart from many others. He wasn't just racing for victories. He was racing to be the best, even at the cost of personal safety. On May 1, 1994, the Formula One world lost one of its greatest champions. Ayrton Senna, driving for the Williams team in the 1994 season, suffered a horrific crash at the Imola Grand Prix in Italy. On the 7th lap of the race, Senna lost control of his car and crashed into a wall at high speed. The crash resulted in fatal head injuries, and despite being rushed to the hospital, Senna passed away. Senna's death marked a turning point in Formula One history. His tragic accident led to significant changes in the sport's safety protocols, and the impact of his passing was felt around the world. In the wake of Senna's death, many changes were made, including the introduction of new car technologies and safety measures that would go on to save countless lives in the years that followed. Senna's passing was not just a loss to Formula One fans but to the world. He was more than a driver. He was a symbol of courage, passion, and the willingness to face risks head-on. His legacy continues to inspire, both in and out of the racing world. Ayrton Senna was not just a driver, he was a hero. His life transcended Formula One, and even in death, his legacy continues to inspire. After his tragic death in 1994, museums, charity foundations, and tribute events were established in his memory, ensuring that his impact would live on. Senna's legacy is not just about the races he won but about the way he lived his life. His relentless pursuit of excellence, his love for racing, and his determination to improve the sport made him a true legend. The lessons he imparted go beyond racing. They serve as inspiration to anyone who seeks to push their limits and achieve greatness. Even now, Senna's memory lives on in Brazil and across the world. His legacy, his passion for racing, and his dedication to making the sport safer continue to inspire new generations of fans and drivers alike. Ayrton Senna was a symbol of speed, passion, and courage. As one of the greatest drivers in Formula One history, he will forever be remembered. But beyond his racing accomplishments, he will also be remembered for his bravery in the face of danger, his will to never give up, and his dedication to the greater good of the sport. Ayrton Senna's life was not just that of a driver but a true legend, one whose story will continue to inspire for generations to come. If you're interested in more tragic events in the world of motorsports, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Share your thoughts and comments about Ayrton Senna's life and legacy below. We'd love to hear from you.